certainly. Father, I thank you for the blessings of this day, and I ask that you will keep your hand on each and every one of us. We have this country and this county have momentous decisions to make. I ask that you watch over us, give us wisdom, and for those that are still suffering from COVID and for the new cases and those that have lost ones and may still be sick, we ask that you lay your healing hand upon them, comfort them. We ask all of this in my heavenly precious name. Amen.
Amen. Thank you both. I want to welcome everybody to today's meeting and thank the citizens of Scioto County for bearing with us as we had some schedule changes in regards to the new month that we've gone into in November, and the fact that typically we do not meet the day after a holiday because of the lack of a docket from the auditor's office, but they had reached out to us and asked us to change our weekly schedule to accommodate, because we would have missed 2 Thursdays in November because of A, Veterans Day, and B, Thanksgiving actually falls on Thursdays. So this schedule allows us to continue with the business of the county unhindered and make sure that all the paperwork continues to flow smoothly so that we can keep the business of the county first and foremost on the agenda and make things happen. So with that, could we get a motion to approve the minutes of October 29th?
So moved.
I'll second.
Mr. Crabtree.
Aye.
Ms. Coleman.
Aye.
Mr. Davis.
Aye.
And the matter request for appropriation of funds.
Were there any questions or comments in regards to the appropriation of funds request? Hearing none.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
Ms. Coleman.
Aye.
Mr. Crabtree.
Aye.
Mr. Davis.
Aye.
And the matter of accepting miscellaneous reports.
Were there any questions or comments in regards to the miscellaneous reports that were received? Hearing none.
Motion.
I'll second.
Mr. Crabtree.
Aye.
Ms. Coleman.
Aye.
Mr. Davis.
Aye.
And the matter of request for appropriation transfer of funds.
Any questions or comments in regards to item 4? Hearing none.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Ms. Coleman.
Aye.
Mr. Crabtree.
Aye.
Mr. Davis.
Aye.
And the matter of appointment to the Southern Ohio Port Authority Board.
Were there any questions or comments in regards to the appointment to the Southern Ohio Port Authority? Hearing none.
I'll second.
Mr. Crabtree. Ms. Coleman.
Aye.
Mr. Davis.
Aye.
In the matter of notification from the Ohio Department of Taxation regarding third quarter casino revenue.
Any questions or comments in regards to item 6? I will say that there is a slight revision there. Well, not a slight,
Well,
a pretty big one.
It's just on the notes.
Right. The year-to-date amount is negative, not positive because of the credit from
I
all.
fixed everybody.
Third
so,
quarter. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I
All
fixed
right.
it.
Okay, the third quarter data wasn't included in the
Yeah.
cumulative number, so we can cover that here in a little bit. But as anybody knows, it always runs behind. And of course, the second quarter was pretty devastating to the casino revenue funds. So that's what threw everything off, and we can go over that here in just a minute for the press. So with that, are there any? If there's no questions or comments in regards to that, can we get a motion for item 6?
I'll make a motion to accept.
Second.
Ms. Coleman.
Aye.
Mr. Crabtree.
Aye.
Mr. Davis.
Aye.
In the matter of resolution appropriating a portion of the Scioto County CARES Act COVID-19 allotment for faucets and flush valve replacements for the public restrooms in the Scioto County Courthouse.
Are there any questions or comments in regards to item 7? Hearing none.
Motion to adopt.
I'll second.
Mr. Crabtree,
Aye.
Ms. Coleman,
Aye.
Mr. Davis.
Aye.
In the matter of change order request for the 2020 Washington Boulevard Water Line Replacement Project regarding the Scioto County Engineer.
Any questions or comments in regards to the change order submitted by our county engineer in regards to the Washington Boulevard water line replacement, item 8? Hearing none.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Ms. Coleman,
Aye.
Mr. Crabtree,
Aye.
Mr. Davis.
Aye.
In the matter of approving payment of the regular schedule of accounts for the various funds, moral obligations, and the then and now invoices in the total amount of $769,693.06.
Any questions or comments in regards to item 9? Hearing none.
Motion to approve.
I'll second.
Mr. Crabtree,
Aye.
Ms. Coleman,
Aye.
Mr. Davis.
Aye.
In the matter of contract agreement between Scioto County Commissioners and Quality Heating and Air regarding the COVID-19 CARES Act Courthouse HVAC.
Are there any questions or comments in regards to item 10? Hearing none.
I'll make a motion to approve the contract.
Ms. Coleman,
Aye.
Mr. Crabtree,
Aye.
Mr. Davis.
Aye.
In the matter of Scioto County CARES Act assistance contract between Scioto County Commissioners and local school districts of Scioto County regarding COVID-19 CARES Act Chromebooks.
Are there any questions or comments in regards to item 11? Hearing none.
Motion to approve.
I'll second.
Mr. Crabtree,
Aye.
Ms. Coleman,
Aye.
Mr. Davis.
Aye.
In the matter of Scioto County CARES Act assistance subcontract agreement between Scioto County Commissioners and 14th Street Community Center regarding COVID-19 CARES Act Chromebooks.
Questions or comments in regards to item 12? Hearing none.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Ms. Coleman,
Aye.
Mr. Crabtree, Mr. Davis.
Aye.
In the matter of resolution appropriating a portion of the Scioto County CARES Act COVID-19 allotment for laptops for remote work regarding the prosecutor's office.
Questions or comments in regards to item 13? Hearing none.
Motion to adopt.
I'll second.
Mr. Crabtree, Ms. Coleman,
Aye.
Mr. Davis.
Aye. Mrs. Coleman, is there anything in addition?
No, sir, not at this time.
Thank you. And Mr. Crabtree? Great. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen of the press, there is a lot to unpack here. So I'm sure there's a lot of questions in regards to CARES Act. This is one of the reasons we're having this meeting today, is because we had to do the CARES Act work, and because we're here, there was other things that came across our desk as well, and we're taking care of those as well. Mr. Davis.
Before I get to the questions, I just want to make a point for our people asking questions. When they do ask a question, they need to be as specific as possible, because we got one that just said why, and we're not going to know by the time we get to the questions
Yeah, so if they
what
can
they're referring to.
rephrase that with a question with content, we will answer the why part.
On agenda,
On the agenda, yes.
from Patrick Keck.
Reports with Daily Times.
How much is being allotted for item 7, CARES Act?
48,000. That is for motion-activated faucets and flush valves for toilets in all the restrooms in the courthouse. And that is in relation to coronavirus and making our facilities safer.
From Ruth Music.
Okay?
Who is appointed to SOPA board?
The appointment to the SOPA board, hold on just a second. I want to make sure I get this right. It's on here. I believe it's Tony Journey. Is that correct? Tony
Yes.
Journey. He's a business owner here in town, or in the county, actually. And yeah, that's the answer to that. And I know Ruth, and I hope that she's feeling better. I'll add that to that. Okay, anything off the agenda? Okay. If I could, just for a second, to opine on some of the finer points here, that's here. I think it's really important for the viewers that'll watch later. I know a lot of people are busy today. But real quick, on the CARES Act, there was some really amazing things that were done here. Number one, the contract with Quality Heating and Air that was put out for bid. This is a local company who will use local employees, and this is a big project. If you came to the courthouse today, you would find that about half the courthouse over the years, as we could afford to do, has been already changed out as far as the old air conditioning, the old heating, which was very inefficient, very old steam boilers. It was very, very old. And as we have been able to afford it, the commissioners have worked diligently over the years to replace as we could. A very long-term project. And with the CARES Act, we found and learned that because of newer, more efficient units, that because we couldn't really afford to move forward with the project right now, but with this, we could, by adding the UV germ killing, not just coronavirus, but other diseases, things that might be airborne now and in the future, we can replace and place new units to do exactly that, to make the courthouse very safe. So this particular contract is for the courthouse proper. There is another bid that's out that's for other buildings that are county owned, but this one is for the courthouse itself. And it's very exciting that we'll be doing that, and that was in the amount of $788,051.27. And my understanding, with this contract being signed, the contractor will be able to move forward and start ordering materials and start the process. Also, the sub-grant agreement between all the local schools, Bloom Vernon, Clay, Greene, Minford, New Boston, Northwest, Portsmouth, Sciotaville Community, South Central Ohio Educational Service Center, Valley, Washington Nile, and Willersburg for the Chromebook sub-grant program. Each school will receive $42,699, with the exception of the SCOESC, which will receive the amount of $30,311 for the purchase of Chromebooks. That totals $500,000, $500,000 investment in our children. Also, we have a sub-grant agreement between the 14th Street Community Center that was signed this morning by myself, supported by all three commissioners, to purchase 20 Chromebooks for the 14th Street Community Center, which will help them with their Catcher's Mitt program, which when we heard about it, we just fell in love with. It was just a wonderful program they're doing up there, supporting the children that they go to school twice a week or whatever their schedule might be, but then they have tutors, Jeanette Langford, Maxine Malone, wonderful people that have committed their lives to help these children, and they're doing tutoring. They have others that are helping, and that's what these Chromebooks are for. And then in addition to that, our prosecutor's office reached out to us about the need for remote work. Our prosecutor's office has a lot of cases right now. Well, it's always that way, but it is very difficult, and they lack the technology to really do the adequate distance work that they need to do, remote work from home as well as driving down the road, being not while driving, but stopping and doing their work at different remote locations. This will allow them to be able to do that in a safe manner and with advanced technology, and that amount was for $18,039.78. God forbid we have to do a shutdown of the annex for any reason. If there would be somebody that was quarantined within that office that hasn't, we don't have that right now. But if somebody was quarantined and say they had to quarantine the whole office for that reason, they would still be able to work from home and continue the work of the prosecutor's office. So we have this in place in a lot of offices already. Prosecutors identified it as a risk, in their assessment that they needed to make sure that they took care of this. So we approved that resolution this morning as well. Brian, you said you had an additional?
From Patrick again, I think you covered all this. He was asking for the amounts for the other items, the Chromebooks, the laptops for the prosecutors.
The Chromebooks for the 14th Street Community Center was $9,000. I think I covered the rest of them. If I didn't, please have him call us and we'll make sure that we do. The only other item is item 6. We did see a significant rebound with our casino revenue as predicted since they did open those back up. But we're still showing a significant loss for the year overall. $207,000 was lost in casino revenue in the third quarter. So, matter of fact, it was $218,000 loss. We are year to date $207,000. So, but here's the good news. Our carryover is very strong. As Mr. Aug reported in our investment meeting on Thursday, he was very, very bullish on the future of the county as far as our investments, as far as our carryovers. It's pretty incredible what Scioto County has done. I think one of the comments he made as far as we are not spending, and that's why we're seeing a great increase, is that our revenue is up and we're not overspending. And we knew with COVID we had to really tighten the belt, and we've done that, and we are fiscally healthy. And it was good to hear our treasurer say that, on Thursday, because he has the purse strings there and the auditor as well. So it was good to see that he overlooks the money, and we very much appreciate that. But things are looking solid. Brian, do you have anything else?
Yes. From Kelly Deskins, how much is left?
Sorry, who?
Kelly Deskins.
Okay.
Deskins, yeah. How much is left in the CARES Act?
Right now, the last figure I saw was just north of 300,000, and that is being held. It's already been technically appropriated for county operations. Now, as part of that, we also have already set aside, I believe it was 250,000. It was what the revenue for the health department. Is that what it was? Yeah, and that was based upon past. But this 300,000 is really just there for anything else that might pop up. We don't know. We're not necessarily paying a great amount of salaries like we were at first out of it from all the departments, because there were so many that were under that regime. But most of our employees, if not everyone, is back to work, I believe, and has been for some time now. But the health department may have unforeseen expenses in the future. We don't know where the pandemic's heading. We continue to see an increase in cases. We thank the Lord that those cases, for the most part, the large number has not been severe cases. Our hospitalizations continue to be low, which is a major indicator of the severity of the spread. Our ICU admissions continue to be low in Scioto County, and of course we have them, and it's a major concern, and our hearts go out to those families. My goodness, just to see some of the heartbreak that's going on. But we have to prepare for the future and what may still yet be coming. There are some departments that are looking at some other avenues to use CARES Act to assist their customers. I.e., Children's Services, we've already done a transport vehicle for them. I know DD was actually looking and talking with their superintendent, Mr. Purcell. They're actually looking at maybe a specialty vehicle for transporting. They have you know, their clientele is a very much at-risk clientele, so I think they're looking at something right now, Mike, to do as well, but I think Mr. Purcell is still looking for information on that, and we'll know more once he does his stuff, you know. So he had some numbers, but he wasn't 100% there yet, but we're going to have to be wise about this. There's also a push to extend the limit, and it was really a great question that was posed as far as how much is left, but also how much time do we have left. That's the other thing. We have until the 28th of December to spend these monies, and it is really going to put, you know, I think about the HVAC contractors, to get their materials in, to order everything, get it in, get it installed. It is a very short window. There is an effort at the federal level, because everybody needs to understand that's where all this started, was the federal level pushed us all down into state and local governments, that there is a major push to extend that deadline, because everybody's trying to do the same thing all across the United States, and it's going to be a crunch. So we'll stay on top of that. I have a call in. I called again this past week. I'll call again next week to see where that's at, but they are working on it. Anything else?
From Patrick, off the agenda.
Okay.
Governor DeWine is requesting county COVID defense teams. Are the commissioners considering this action?
We haven't been contacted by the governor's office yet on that. I read it, just like everybody else has read it. We have discussed, well, I reached out to Mike Martin, the health commissioner. He advised us several weeks ago, actually, to start thinking about what we could do. And of course, when that time comes, I think our health departments will probably be the ones to coordinate that with us. We haven't had a request yet. We're hearing what he's saying. I think it's something that is probably coming if we don't see a reversal. I think they're really focusing on the hardest hit areas right now first. I think Scioto County government is doing everything they can. I think the health department is doing everything they can at this point. What we're seeing is we're seeing a lot of individuals that aren't taking COVID seriously in any way, shape, or form. And we've discussed this in our meetings. And human behavior, and especially when you start dealing with personal liberties, this is a very difficult situation. And we have to try to respect each other's thoughts and opinions and beliefs. And we're just going to have to wait and see what happens. But yeah, excellent question. We don't have a lot of details on it. And like I said, I know they said that they was going to be reaching out to the most severe hit areas first, and then start from there and start spreading out to different parts of the state. So we'll definitely discuss it when the time comes. Okay, all right. Want to remind everybody to vote. Vote your conscience, and God bless America. God bless America.
Meeting Thursday. Meeting Thursday at 10.
Yes, as a reminder, we do have a meeting on this Thursday at 10 o'clock, and then after that meeting, we will be going to Tuesdays,
Yes.
correct?
Yes.
Regular scheduled Tuesday meetings until further notice because of the holiday conflicts. We haven't even looked at December yet. I don't know really what it holds, but
I think we're good.
yes, so we'll be doing that, but this is a reminder for the press and anyone else watching. We
And
will
it's
meet
because of
this
the bid
Thursday.
opening.
Yes, there is a pre-scheduled bid opening that was already scheduled, already in the paper, already out there, so we need to be here on Thursday to open that bid. Okay, so we'll be doing that at 10 o'clock this Thursday, and then we will see you after that on every Tuesday at 9:30 until further notice. Okay? All right? Yeah, don't forget. Don't forget. We put it out on the Facebook page as well, and if we could share that, that would be great. And it was posted, so I think we're covered. Anything else?
Nothing.
All right, great. Go vote. And can we get a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
All right.
And I'll second.
Mr.
Thank you.
Crabtree,
Aye.
Ms. Coleman,
Aye.
Mr. Davis.
Aye. Thank you, everyone. See you on Thursday.